Joining me
Thank
now
you.
is Charlie Cook, editor of the Cook Political Report and an NBC political analyst. Let me go to you with some of the same questions, Charlie. You've looked at some of the polling. What is your assessment at this point, and how does that compare to where we were at this point in the 2016 race?
Well, thanks for having me on, Reverend. This race has changed so much where we had been, Biden had been ahead by 4, 5, 6 points. But that's still President Trump. It was competitive and President Trump was still within striking distance. But now that it's gone up to 8, 9, 10, and this is far better. In fact, actually, at this point right now, Clinton and Trump were briefly about dead even.
They're being told to leave now.
So we've been trying to. So he's running well above, better than Hillary Clinton was, and his favorables or his unfavorable ratings are much lower than hers are. So he's in a much better position right now than Clinton was at this stage.
Now, when we look at that, your own Cook Political Report has Biden's path to 270, the needed number for the Electoral College, already easier than Trump's. Are there any VP picks who can help him in the toss-up states specifically?
I think the pick is not. I disagree with most people in my field. I don't think from an electoral standpoint it's that pivotal. Pivotal that it's been since Lyndon Johnson got picked by John Kennedy in 1960 was the last time it made a difference. To me, it's important from a governing standpoint and what direction the Democratic Party is going to go. So I think it's a hugely important. But the thing is, any election, we vote for president, not vice president, and any election that Donald Trump's name's going to be on the ballot. How could it be about anything other than him? I don't even know if this election is going to be about Joe Biden. So that's where I disagree with most people. But I think, when you're whoever is the running mate for a 78-year-old new president, who the vice president is matters a whole lot. And that Biden, may or may not run for re-election in 2024 if he wins this time. 4 of the last 4 sitting vice presidents who sought their party's nomination got it. So
let me, Charlie, show you your graphic on the 270 in terms of the states and what are the states that Biden is doing better, what are the toss-up states, and what are the better states for Trump. Walk our viewers through why you think he being Joe Biden, is better positioned now than Hillary Clinton was to get to 270, based on today's polling.
Right. Hillary Clinton won 20 states plus the District of Columbia. None of them are even remotely competitive at this point. Then in Michigan and in Pennsylvania, Biden looks up a good bit. A really good bit, which means that Wisconsin would be, by our count, the tipping point state. It would be the state that would be most likely to put Vice President Biden over 270. But Arizona and Florida and North Carolina aren't far behind it. So, right now, Biden is ahead in states with around 350, 360 electoral votes. So, will it tighten some? Sure, it might. A Democrat probably has to be ahead by maybe 3 percentage points nationally for that to translate into 270 electoral votes. And then, given the coronavirus, Postal Service, all these other things, they need to have a couple more points above that for any kind of leakage or, anything going wrong. So
let me push you on this before we run out of time. There's some vulnerable senators in unexpected places this cycle. Which races are crucial for control of the U.S. Senate?
Well, Alabama, Democrats probably going to lose one there. So they need to start. So Arizona, Martha McSally, Colorado, Cory Gardner, Maine, Susan Collins, Joni Ernst in Iowa, Tom Tillis in North Carolina, and Steve Bullock in Montana. Those 6. Democrats need 4 of those if they're winning the White House. And they look I mean, right now, I would put it at 60-40 at least that Democrats are going to take a majority. And that's certainly not what we were saying 90, 100 days ago. We've seen a real shift.
Wow. Charlie Cook, thank you for being with us.